uh, QHC Akbar Jilani for the video part of the risk assessment, hazard identification. Actually, when we are talking about the risk we have from the hazards. If we don't have hazards, we will not have the risk. So actually, the risk is the hazard give birth to risk. So it's very clear. So if we want to mitigate the risk, we have to identify the hazards. For the risk assessment, there are 5 steps, and the first step is the hazard identification. So now we just want to take this. What is hazard identification? Uh, Hazard identification we have from different sources. It means that we have the input from different items. One by one, we will just only discuss work activities. What are the work activities that include our hazards? Plants and machinery. What is the type of machinery, and what are the hazards that we have from the plants and machinery? Known hazard. What are the hazards that is already uh, known to us? Mean the existing that we know about them. These hazards. Incident report. What are if we report some accidents? So in this also we can identify the hazards. If there are some near misses and there was some hazard were identified in the finding out the root cause of the accidents. So from these 5 causes or five items, we can identify the hazards. Now, actually in this case, we will take why we identify the hazard. The aim is to generate a comprehensive list of source of risk and event that might have been impact on the health and safety of the workers, community, and environment. Observe actual practice. Consult with employees because the employees are working with us and they are well familiar with the hazards in the workplace. Then consider possible causes and scenarios. There will be some scenarios involve hazards. Approach used to identify risk includes checklists. We can use checklists, judgment, discussions, then system analysis, engineering techniques. These approaches usually depend on the nature of the activities under review, types of risk management studies, manufacturer instructions. Because manufacturer provide us machinery, so over there we have the data that we have had from the manufacturer. If it is chemical, the MSDS or SDS will be there, or some instruction will be there. If it's machinery or equipment. Actually, when we are talking about the hazards, there are 6 categories of hazards. Chemical and dust hazard, like cleaning products, we have pesticide, asbestos. Ergonomics hazards, repetition, like lifting, awkward postures when we are sitting in the office or at our home. Also, these are the hazards. Physical hazards, noise, temperature, extreme radiation, vibration, slip trip, these are the physical hazards. Safety hazards like slip trips and faulty equipment. Now biological hazards like moles, insects, fungi, bacteria, viruses, and in the center is the work organization hazard. This actually the work organization hazards, things that cause stress. So this is the the center one, the work organization hazard is on the top because many people they are getting high BP due to stress and also uh, feeling of stress and also job insecurity as well as if there is no good environment in the organization, the people they are in stress and stress give birth to like hyperglycemia, we call this in common language sugar, and hypertension means called BP, elevation of blood pressure, and disturbance of life, fatigue. So we have this from the organizations. In environment where there is toxic environment, the office environment, like stress from the colleagues, stress from the management, workload, and if you don't have work, again stress will be there. So now we discuss this one by one. There are different types of hazards: physical hazards, noise, temperature, and radiation; chemical, cleaning products, pesticides, and asbestosis; biological hazards, modes, insects, pests, viruses, bacteria, and fungi; organization hazards like stress; safety hazards, slips, trips, and fall, and faulty equipment; ergonomic hazards, repetition, lifting, and awkward postures. Safety hazards include slips on the floor or tripping hazards such as blocked SLs or cords running across the floor, working from heights including ladders, scaffolds, roofs, or any raised work area; machinery-related hazards, logout, tagout, boiler, safety, forklift, etc. These are the machineries. Now, under unguarded machinery and moving machinery parts, guards, remote, or moving parts that a worker can accidentally touch; electrical hazards like frayed cords, missing guard pins, improper wiring, confined spaces; biological hazards, blood and other body fluids, fungi, molds, bacteria and viruses, plants, fallen grains, insects, bites, animals and bird droppings. Physical hazards are within the environment. Radiation include ionizing and non-ionizing radiations, microwave, radio wave, high exposure to sunlight, ultraviolet rays; temperature extreme, hot and cold, constant loud noise, vibration. Ergonomic hazards, when the type of work, body position, and working condition put in strains on your body. They are the hardest to spot since you do not always immediately notice the strain on your body or the harm that these hazards pose. Short-term exposure may result in sore muscles. Improperly ergonomic hazard includes improperly adjusted workstation and chairs, frequent lifting, poor posture, awkward movements, especially if they are repetitive, repeating the same movement over and over, having to use too much force, especially if you have to do it frequently, vibrations. Chemical hazards, we are using in our workplace different chemicals. So from the chemicals we also have hazards like liquid like cleaning products, paints, acid, solvents, wafers and fumes that come from welding or exposure to solvents; gases like acetylene, propane, carbon monoxide, and helium; flammable materials like gasoline, solvents, and explosive chemicals; pesticides; work organization. Hazards are stressors that cause stress, short-term effect, and stress short-term, strain long-term effect. These are the hazards associated with workplace issues such as workload, lack of control, and respect, etc. Control or say about things, social support, relationship, sexual harassment. Examples of organization hazard include workload demands, workplace violence, intensity and pace, respect or lack of respect, flexibility. Now see here, we can see here, there's the slip drift over here, uh, over here, the over here the light problem. See, low light, low lux number, like see noise. Here we have the fire. Here fungal, some fungal attack, dermatitis, biological hazard. We can see here the process of recognizing that a hazard exists and defining its characteristics. Like see now, examples of hazards like cuts, benzene leukemia, asbestos mesothelioma, electricity shock, electrocution, weight floor, slips, fall, welding, metal fumes, fever, and hard work remaining. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.